Good morning students. Once again I welcome you all on online classes of Jamna Christian Junior High School. Students, today we will discuss chapter number 7 and the chapter name is Jainism and Buddhism. First point is the great preachers. The religion of early Vedic period based on nature worship was simply easy to follow. By the end of the later Vedic period, however, religion became complex and difficult. Many evil customs crept into society in the name of religion. Costly sacrifices and elaborate and meaningless rituals destroyed the simplicity and appeal of the original religion. The Vedic texts were written in Sanskrit, which the common people could not understand. The Brahma explained the text in a manner that increased their own power, wealth and status. The rites and rituals introduced by them led to the exploitation of the common people. Religion became expensive. The caste system became rigid. The lower caste, especially the Shudra, were increasingly isolated. They were denied the right to study the religious scriptures and were not even allowed to recite Sanskrit hymns. Two great preachers, Vardhaman Mahavira and Gautam Buddha, was born at the time 6th century BC. Both started reform movements as a reaction to the evil practice prevailing in society in the name of religion. Their teachings led to the emergence of two religious sects, Jainism and Buddhism. Now the next point is Jainism, Vardhaman Mahavira, and the topic is early life. Vardhaman Mahavira is regarded as the most important teacher of Jainism. Mahavir was the 24th and the last Trikankara teacher of the Jains. He was born in 540 BC in Kundragram near Vaishali. He was a Kshatriya prince, but he gave up his life of luxury and comfort. At the age of 30, he left home in search of truth and became an ascetic. Now the next point is search for truth. Mahavira wandered from place to place in search of truth. After about 12 years of penance and meditation, he gained spiritual knowledge. Mahavira became a Jina, conqueror of self. Mahavira became a Jina, conqueror of self. His philosophy is known as Jainism, as his followers called him Jains. Next is teachings of Mahavira. Ahimsa, and in this Ahimsa is the first topic. Ahimsa or non-violence is the first great teaching of Mahavira. He preached that no one should harm any living creature, not even insects and plants. Second is sacrifices, yagna and rituals. Mahavira did not accept the Vedas and opposed all forms of religious rites and rituals. Next point is caste system. Mahavira believed that all people are equal and did not believe in dividing people into different castes. Next topic is God. Mahavira did not believe in the existence of God. Next topic is karma and rebirth. A person's soul is reborn again and again because of his or her karma. Karma means action. The highest goals of a person's life was to be attained moksha, freedom from the cycle of birth and rebirth. Moksha could be achieved by following three ratna, means three jewels of Jainism. The three jewels are right knowledge, right belief and right conduct, which includes the practice of ahimsa and hard penance. Next topic is subsects of Jainism. When Mahavira died at the age of 72, he had a large number of followers. His followers included Bimbisar and Adasatru, the ruler of Magad. After his death, Jainism was divided into two sects, Digambaras and Shvetambaras. The Digambaras means sky-clad, did not wear any clothes and followed the original teaching of Mahavira. The Svetambaras means white clad, wore white clothes and did not believe in hard penance. The Jain monks who lived and worked in the monasteries established the Mahavira, helped to spread Jainism to different parts of the country. They preached in Prakritik, the language of common people. Several kings adopt Jainism as the state religion. Jain art, architecture and literature flourished under the patronage. The Dilwara temple in Mount Abu, Rajasthan is a fine specimen of Jain architecture. The religious literature of the Jain is found in the Purvas and Angas. Jainism still had a large following among the trading classes in Rajasthan, Gujarat, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Next point is Buddhism, Gautam Buddha. Gautam Buddha's early life. Siddhartha, later known as Gautam Buddha, was born in Lumbini near Kapilvastu in 567 BC. Siddhartha was a Kshatriya prince surrounded by the luxurious and pleasures of royal life. He was married to a beautiful princess Yashodhara and had a son named Rahul. A happy family life and the luxurious of the palace failed to satisfy him. He was restless and detached. Next point is search for truth. The four great sights proved to be the turning point in Siddhartha's life. It is believed that once while he was on an outing in his chariot, he saw an old man, a sick man and a dead man. These three sights saddened and disturbed him greatly. Then he saw an ascetic who looked calm and unaffected by the sorrow and mystery around him. Siddhartha decided to renounce all worldly ties and go out in search of answers to the mysteries of life and death. One night at the age of 29, while his son and wife were asleep, he quietly slipped out of the house, breaking all worldly ties. He became an ascetic. For 6 years, Siddhartha wandered from place to place in search of truth. One day, he sat down under a peepal tree in Bodh Gaya and began to meditate. On the ninth day, true light dawned on him. He became the Buddha, the enlightened one. He had at last found the cause of human suffering and knew how to overcome it. From Gaya, Buddha went to Deer Park in Sarnath and preached his first sermon. For the next 45 years, he moved from place to place, preaching his simple message. He died in Kushinagar at the age of 80. By this time, there were thousands of people who had embraced Buddhism. Next point is teaching of Buddha. Buddha's religious philosophy is called Buddhism. It is called the middle path because it avoids the extreme atheisticity of Jainism as well as the extremes of ritualistic Hinduism. The main principles of Buddhism are contained in the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path or Ashtangik Marg. Now the next topic is the Four Noble Truths. The world is full of suffering. Second is the cause of suffering is human desire. Third is suffering can be ended by overcoming desires. And the fourth is desires can be overcome and freedom from the cycle of birth, death and rebirth and can be achieved by Nibbana. The Eightfold Path leads to Nirvana. Next topic is the Eightfold Path. Now I will tell you the Eightfold Paths, and the Eightfold Paths are right belief, right thought, right speech, right action, right means of livelihood, right effort, right memory and right meditation. Students, on page number 62, draw this in your classwork copy. Now the next topic is Ahimsa. Buddha preached ahimsa or non-violence. He condemned animal sacrifice. Next topic is karma. People's action will decide their density. Good deeds are rewarded and evil deeds are punished. Next topic is nirvana. A person's ultimate goals in life is to attain nirvana, either escape from the cycle of birth and death. This state of bliss can be achieved by following the Eightfold Path. Next topic is caste system. Buddha strongly condemned the caste system and preached that all people are equal. Next topic is God. Buddha was silent or on the extent of God. He stressed moral values such as honesty, non-violence, obedience, and respect for elders and kindness to all living things. Next topic is spread of Buddhism. Buddha preached in Pali, which was easily understood by the common people. The simplicity of this teaching and the principle of equality greatly appealed to the people, especially to the traders. Buddhism spread rapidly in India and other foreign countries such as China, Japan, Burma, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Tibet. He established monasteries and order of monks called the Sangha. These monasteries become the centers of education and learning. Buddhism was spread far and wide by monks and nuns. Royal patronage of kings like Ashoka and the establishment of Buddhist universities like Nanda were other important reasons for the rapid spread of Buddhism. Buddhism, like Jainism, was divided into two sects, Hinayana and Mahayana. The Hinayana Buddhists consider Buddha as a preacher. The Mahayana Buddhists reverted to ritualism and worship Buddha as God. Buddhism inspired artists and architects to achieve great heights of cultural excellence. It helped in the development of Buddhist lecture. The religious literature of Buddhists is contained in the Tripitakas and the Jatakas. Next point is decline of Buddhism. Buddhists gradually declined in India for the following reasons, and the reasons are Hinduism was reformed and purified. The Gupta king patronized Hinduism. India was invaded by Huns who destroyed Buddhist viharas. Buddhism was nearly wiped out from India, but it found wide acceptance outside India and continues to be the main religion of millions of people in Southeast Asia, Tibet, China, and Japan. Next topic is, and the last topic, the comparative study between Jainism and Buddhism. Mahavira and Buddha both started the reform movements as a reaction to the evil practice that were prevalent in society. In the name of religion, the Upanishads were the source of these ideas. Their basic concepts are ideas were the same. The world is full of misery. A person is born again and again because of his and her karma. The highest goals of a person's life was to attain moksha of freedom from the cycle of birth and rebirth. They rejected the absolute authority of Veda. They ignored the extension of God and opposed all religious rites and rituals. The principle of equality was emphasized by both. They upheld moral and ethical values and the concept of ahimsa or non-violence. They preached in language of the common people. Both religions were patronized by Mauryan ruler. Now, this is the similarities of a comparative studies between Jainism and Buddhism. Now, I will tell you the differences. I have told you similarities. Now I will tell you the differences. While Buddha was founder of Buddhism, Jainism was not founded by Mahavira. He was the 24th and the last Trikantra teacher of the Jains. Jainism follow the path of the extreme austerity and physical suffering that includes death. Buddhism follow a middle path that reject severe penance and physical self-torture. The Jains practice as extreme form of ahimsa, that forbids the killing of plants, insects, even germs. The Buddhist concept is limited to non-violence towards human beings and animals. Last point is the Buddhists do not agree with the Jain view the inanimate objects like stone, woods, etc. have life. Now this chapter ends here. Now I will tell you values and life skills. The principle of non-violence is very important in Indian society. Great leaders like Mahatma Gandhi believed in the principles. Now, students on page number 65, important words are written. Write down in your copy and match the column is also on page number 65. Thank you. Have a nice day. We will soon meet again.